Hi, pipe smokers. This is Paul the Pipe Guy on the Paul Gilson YouTube channel. Yeah. And this is our Saturday early evening post. Not the Saturday evening post, but the early evening one. Yeah. It's currently 4:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, August 20th of 2022, and I know that because my clock is up there and I have my Pipes and Cigars calendar right here, and it says it is Saturday, August 20th. So yeah. So I am live in the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in upstate New York. Yeah, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York. Still alive here, yeah, in the United States of America. And I didn't get a chance to finish my Thompson Twins RPG 7, so, I'm not afraid to smoke the rest of the bowl after, a day or two. So, I thought I had fire here. I do. So let's just light this one. This is the RPG number 7, Captain Blood's Revenge, ribbon cut that's been aged. And it's still great. Look, what I found. If you can't finish a bowl, or you don't finish a bowl, it's going to stay in there, covered in white ash. It's still good a day or two later. Yeah. Just scrape off the white ash and mix her up and light her back up. It's my bowl number 520. I can't remember the bowl number. Yeah, 528 Thompson, made in Italy, and that is the sister to it, the 529 consecutive serial numbers. So while I was sitting here, I was thinking about life. Pretty scary, huh? Now I'm 57 years old, and in December I'm going to be 58 years old. And so, I've always known there's different seasons in life. And when I was like 16 years old or 17 years old, even into my 30s, thinking 57, I'm going to be 57 someday was way out of reach. And you younger pipers, you'll realize that someday. You don't now, but you older pipers, not old, but like Brad the Bearded Piper and my elusive friend the Pipe Smoker, you understand this. There's different seasons of your life, and I kind of wanted to talk about them a little bit. And have a Saturday early evening smoke. For those in the UK, it would be a good night smoke. But I remember being, and you all remember, anybody that's watching this video, you remember being a small child, and you had parents that hopefully protected you, and blah 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 blah. Summers away from school break, they would last forever. You graduate from high school, and all of a sudden you wonder, what am I going to do with my life? It slowly goes from kindergarten, birth kindergarten, all the way up through school, and things are constantly changing. You go through puberty, you're confused. Why is this happening to my body? You get it. I'm I'm not going to get descriptive. And then all of a sudden you graduate, and your senior class, the class that you graduated with, I don't know how the UK works, but in the United States, you reach your senior year. Some people go to college, some people just go work in a factory, and all of a sudden you come from this close-knit group class that has known each other their entire lives. And my class was the class of 1983 in Spencerport, New York. I think our graduating class was about 420 students, which is huge. And then we dispersed all around the country. Then you go through raising kids. You find a mate, or you go to college, you party, you know. Then you find a mate. Then all of a sudden the kids start coming along. And all of a sudden you find yourself spending like 25% of your disposable income on baby food and diapers. I'm glad I'm not there anymore. That season is way past for me. And then you reach into your 30s, your 20s, 30s, you buy a home. You have big dreams. You might suffer a few bumps along the way, and you might have a lot of loss. There's a lot of people in this country that have lost their homes, their jobs and their homes, but if you're resilient, you rebound and overcome that and move forward. Then you reach your 40s, and your kids are graduating from high school, and you get it, yada yada yada. It's just the plane of life, all right? Kind of goes like that. And actually the power curve on the plane in life kind of goes like that. There's ups and downs, and then, hopefully when you're in your 40s or 50s, you got some 401k money or whatever, or retirement. A lot of people don't nowadays. So I'm 57, and my role right now at 57, and you folks that are watching this video will understand that, I am very happy and content. My roommate of 4 years, I won't get into it, his wife separated from him, and I offered him some lodging here for a very fair amount on his behalf, and he moved out today, 4 years to the day of moving in. So, I've been cleaning and so forth, and it's a good thing. He found a very, very good lady in her mid-50s that has a great job and owns her own house. I'm very, very happy for him. He's reached the next stage of his life, and that allows me to move forward to my next stage of life, and that's celebrating my grandkids. And I get so great a joy, and you folks that pipe smokers that are like under 50, that don't have kids, that have bought houses and gotten married, you haven't experienced this yet, but you will. My father taught me things that his father taught him, and his father before him had taught him. So these things are handed down. And so I get great pleasure. I have 2 daughters. I have 3 daughters that are married now. 2 of them have purchased homes. I get great pleasure out of going over to their homes. They're like, Dad, the garage door opener's not working, or this isn't doing that. And I'm like, don't call a contractor. Let the old man throw his 3 toolboxes. I have more than 3 toolboxes. I have a lot of toolboxes. Let me just come over and take a look at it. And then what I do is I teach their husbands how to fix things. Because at 30 years old, I didn't know how to fix anything. My father had to come over and fix it, and he showed me how to do it. Now I'm doing that with my kids, that own their houses. It's such a great blessing, and and what a great spot in life I'm in. Smoking some great tobacco. I mean, I kind of laugh because, some of my kids are like, hey, Dad, and I'm like, yeah, we got kids now and they're doing this or doing that. And we remember doing that to you, and we remember how you responded to it. And I never ruled my house with an iron fist, all right? I just taught my children, hey, this is the right way to live. And they're like, they didn't like it at that point in time, but now they get it. And I'm laughing. I'm sitting here in my kitchen and I'm laughing. I'm literally laughing with joy because I have grown adult kids that are in their 30s that are like, oh, Dad, so-and-so did this, and what do I do? And it's like, do you remember doing something similar? And, and so, I'm just an advisor now. I love being an advisor. I'm not responsible for that stuff anymore. I am to a point responsible for it. We're going to light up some RPG plug right now in the bowl number 529, but it's not my responsibility to buy diapers and milk and formula on the way home and get a text message or a phone call saying, I need like $50 worth of stuff, honey, after I worked a 14-hour day. No, I work a 9-hour day. I come home. And my kids are like, Dad, you were right. It's like, well, and like I said, I never ruled my house with an iron fist. I'm the most easygoing guy, but I try to teach my children what I was taught. I don't like spanking kids, but I mean, if they're small children, 1 or 2 or 3 years old, if they don't listen, you give them a little whack on the behind. You don't leave a bruise or anything. And maybe some of you will disagree with that, but it says in the Bible, spare the rod and spoil the child. I would never abuse any of my kids, and I loved them very much, but they remember that. So when you give them that look and say, don't do that, they know that there's going to be repercussions. And I'm not talking beating them or any of that stuff. That's asinine. If you give them a little whack on the fanny with a diaper on, with your hand, and never, ever, never punish your child. And this is 57-year-old Paul the Pipe guy saying this. Never punish your child when you're angry for what they've done. You just never do that. You're going to overreact. So now, I'm kind of looking at my next stage of life. I mean, now I have a 3-bedroom house. 2 bedrooms are totally freed up. My son Paulie Jr. is coming over. He's going to be here anytime. We're going to have 2 beautiful steaks that we're going to cook on the grill. I kind of gave up red meat since last November, but every now and then, I love red meat, but I'm doing what I have to do to stay healthy, and I am healthy. And so then, after we cook our steaks on the grill, we're going to make a feast together, Paulie Jr. and I. Then we're going to sit around, hang out, do whatever the heck he wants to do. And then tonight we're going to have a small campfire, not a bonfire. Right now in upstate New York, we're going through a severe drought, a severe lack of rain. The front lawn, the back lawn, everything's dead. I have to water my garden every night. And a bonfire would turn into a grass fire, which, being a former firefighter, I could put out, but I really don't want to do that. So we're going to have a moderate campfire. And then tomorrow, we're going to go fishing. It doesn't get any better than that. Yeah. My kids are understanding now what a budget is. I tried to teach them that. I tried to teach their mom that. Nobody ever wanted to listen. But now that they're on their own, you spend your whole paycheck on something that you want, and all of a sudden that something that you need comes up, and there's no money there. It's like, Dad was right about a budget. So I'm loving my life right now. I'm still young. I'm not old. I'm still healthy. The doctor says I am. And I hope to live into my 80s or 90s, but the Lord is going to decide when I slide into home plate, reach his finish line, and go home. I never want to be a burden on my kids. That's why I want to try to stay healthy. And anyways, those are just some thoughts about different stages of your life. Some of you may understand that. Those who don't, you will. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy, still alive in the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. Thank God for this country. Happy pipe smoking, pipe smokers. Over and out. And have a great Saturday evening. I know I'm gonna. Can't wait till Paulie Jr. comes over and we cook them big, thick, freaking sirloin steaks. Yeah. Over and out.